Well, howdy, y'all. My goodness, the YSL trial today was a complete bombshell. Little Woody testified. His name is actually Kenneth Copeland, but he goes by Little Woody. And he testified today. Well, he testified for like 6.5 hours. The first 4 hours was a bunch of repetitive bullshit. Prosecutor asked the same question over and over again. New detective, she'd mentioned same questions. And after about 4 hours, I said, where the hell is his attorney, Melnick, to stop this shit show? And then the fireworks hit. I mean, they were literal bombs that once it's all cleared, there won't be a case law. He got real emotional about his friend Tay. Well, his name is actually Threat, but he goes by Tay. That he made a comment saying, well, I don't think I have to protect him anymore since he's no longer with us. And the prosecutor said, protect who that is no longer with us? And he looked at the prosecutor and looked at the judge, and he told the judge, he said, nothing I say they can charge me with, right? She said, right. You are immune from all prosecution. He looked at the prosecutor and he said, in that meeting on the 10th, I tried to tell you that I know about the Silver Infinity and you wouldn't listen to what I had to say. And she said she was really being arrogant towards him and said, well, what would you know about the Silver Infinity? Then he said, I rented it and I gave it to Threat, which is his friend Tay. And she looked like done messed her drawers or something. And she said, well, is that the Infinity that Thug rented and gave to you? He said, no, it's the Infinity that I rented. And he said, I had Tay meet me at the studio and I got out and gave him the keys and he went off by himself and he killed Donovan Thomas. So here's the issue with this. He tried to tell her about this, and she was being so condescending at the June 10th ex parte meeting that she didn't believe him, didn't want to hear what he had to say, said, you know, you couldn't, we will charge you with perjury if you say that because you couldn't possibly have done it. And he said back to her, don't tell me what I did and didn't do. And so Tay was killed 3 weeks ago in a drive-by shooting. Little Woody has complete immunity. He has derivative use immunity. That means nothing that he says can be used against him in the state of Georgia or any court in the nation. That's what the judge told him before he said that today. And Miss Hilton that was questioning him, D.A. Hilton, she was just taken aback. She was trying to say, well, that's the Infinity that Thug rented and gave to you to go to Miami. And he said, no, it's the Infinity that I rented. So that was a whole bombshell at about 2 o'clock this afternoon Mountain Time. And to his credit, Brian Steele did not get up and object. But I still want to know where his friggin' attorney was. His attorney was there this morning for about a half hour and left. And they took that time to just browbeat him and really what I would call badger the witness. It was disgraceful what they did to him. You know, I'm not for these young men getting off if they did it, but it's the manner in which they are doing it that is disgraceful. This other DA Love, she said because of his testimony that they're going to bring in the previously excluded PowerPoint, which the previous judge excluded and argued with her for like 4 or 5 minutes, told her, no, it's out. Period. Done. This is just, what kind of country are we living in that we have a court system that no longer cares about, you know, justice? They're just out to get convictions. That's what I see. They're just out to get convictions and to holy hell with everything else. You know, just disgraceful. You know, I sit here and I watch these, and shout out to Catnut Williams. That's whose channel I watch for the trial. And then I do my wrap-up on my channel here afterwards. But she does a really good job. She goes in depth. She covers the motions and the rulings, and she streams the actual hearing. I'm taking baby steps here. I'm going to get into all that stuff. I got to learn how to do some things first. Yeah. Today was like dropping bombs on a battlefield. Dropping bombs on a battlefield. That's how I felt. Really something to watch. This young man, 1991 he was born, so he's 34, and you could see from the expressions on his face the pains that he was going through. And this is what Melnick was talking about before the June 10th ex parte meeting, when he wrote the email to Love and Hilton and said, you're going to get him killed. And they returned an email and told him that he only cared about the defendants and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I carry on my client, and F you if you don't believe that. I will see you in court. But today, when he could have objected to this line of badgering, he wasn't in the courtroom this afternoon at all. And I was like, where the hell is he? I really felt like somebody should go get him and tell him, hey, your client needs you. Really, there's lawyers and then there's attorneys. You become a lawyer by graduating law school. You become an attorney by taking the bar exam and passing the bar exam. Because when you graduate law school, you're what's called a JD, a Juris Doctor. You have your doctorate degree in law. Oh, been a wild one today, guys and girls. Just a really wild one. All right, that's what I got for y'all today. I'll be back on again. Talk to you soon. Bye.